Hey, what's up out there, horror fam? We are live today, baby. Who all have we got in the chat tonight, huh? Kevin Troy, where you at, brother man? I know he's having some connectivity issues. We're going to get you straightened out, man. Hey, Caden, how's it going, brother Jack, dude? Dragon Blues, JK, MX. Oh my goodness, dude. Everybody's in here tonight. Well, let me tell you something, baby. We have some special guests today. Because the Wind and Bones folks are back, and we have a little surprise in store for all of you. Now, look, you gotta wait until the end of the stream before we reveal it. I know, rules, right? Well, let me tell you something. That's how surprises work. And if you snooze on this, you lose, my friends, because this is badass. Trust me, you want to be a part of this, so stick around until the end. Special announcements, but right now, we're going to bring Michael and Amy on here, and we're going to get this bad boy underway. Hey, what's going on, you two?
What's up? How's it going, man?
Oh,
Can you hear
man. Yeah, I got you both.
We had to cobble this together in fast order.
We bought a webcam today.
We were like, I need to get this lit. I'm going to sit down. We're going to make this look right. I was like, I'm a director. You're a director, writer too. Like we gotta.
We do spooky shit. We got to make this look spooky.
There's a level of professionalism that we have to meet here for the audience. You know, that they're going to expect. I am not just going to sit down on my jammies in my bed and do this.
Oh my God. Yeah, I love that setup. I'm like, dude, you guys should just host a show at this point. That is wicked.
You want to come say hey?
We went all out, man.
Heck yeah, you did.
And we got some drinks ready. You know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so it kind of helped grease the wheels.
Yeah, and got that drink flowing.
Get out there and have a ball.
Heck yeah, and I'm loving the shirt, man. That's badass.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I had a Wendigo shirt, but I was like, maybe fell a little too on the nose.
Heck yeah. And yeah, just to let the horror fam know, Michael has taken responsibility for this stream. If my power or internet or anything goes off.
Yeah, we'll be happy to kind of fill in the gaps and take over, you know.
Yeah, we've got some topics queued up.
Can kind of host and facilitate.
Yeah, man. Kayla had to do the same thing. I swear, I'm beginning to think you Wind and Bones people are cursed. Like, that's the thing, dude. I'm serious, man. I have went and chased my trash cans down today. A freaking tree fell over on my grandparents' house. They're okay, but a tree snapped in half and hit their house. Yeah, it is wild here. We were going to, after the stream, me and my girlfriend for her birthday, I was going to take her out to see the Dungeons and Dragons movie, but...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that fell through, man, because when I was out chasing my trash cans, I see a fire truck going in the direction we would have to go, so... that's canceled. Yeah.
It's funny, man. We have, like, every time you've said it's windy, we don't get it at all.
No, you guys are the ones who get it.
Man, I'm out of here, dude. Y'all clear out some space. I'm moving to Maryland. That's it.
Right.
This is nuts, man.
So, but I mean, speaking of which, like, we do have at least one native West Virginian part of the crew. So even though we were like, you know, catching on to the whole, like, yeah, we're like making a West Virginia horror movie and we're from Maryland, but like, it's like the West Virginian by extension.
You're like your one West Virginia cred.
we have a West Virginian that helps give us like a little bit more leeway there.
Although I'm from Berkeley County, and in college I dated a guy from Buchanan, and he always would tell me, "Amy, you're from Maryland. You're from Maryland." And then like 10 years ago, Berkeley County tried to like secede from the rest of West Virginia, and he was like, "I told you."
Yeah, no doubt, right? Man, well, you know what? You guys are making it happen. I mean, you shot Wind and Bones out here, so that's kick-ass. And we just had Greenbrier, or Christmas at the Greenbrier was shot out here. I helped with that.
That's awesome,
cool, man.
Yeah, that was really cool. But I mean, same thing, man. We're so you can tell we don't have a film community out here yet, because the original plan for Christmas at the Greenbrier was going to be 90% West Virginians and 10% cast and crew from elsewhere. It was the total opposite, man. It was like me and two other West Virginians there.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I will maybe go into it as we go down the podcast, but I was thinking about that. Like, we wanted to shoot in West Virginia, and I remember when you and I started talking about this project, like, 6, 7, 8 months ago or something like that. I can't remember when it was that I approached you, or how that conversation started. I just remember we got to talking, and I was like, yeah, man, you know, like, I'm in pre-production for this project with Kevin, and you know, we're trying to get this movie made out at Kekapin State Park. So I was like, but we have to go through all the bureaucracy to get there because it was such a beautiful location and it had cabins. You know, it's a cabin in the woods movie. So like, you know, we wanted to make sure that we had like this great accessible place where we could do that. And then have all the amenities that we needed too, because like, you know, we have all these cushy actors, which I love you guys, just kidding. Where they could stay at like, you know, a 5-star resort basically, and then just be like a short trip from the location. We found out on day one, man, that like it is tough in West Virginia because you got a lot of people that are like, what are y'all doing?
Yes, man. Like, bogeys flying everywhere, huh?
You know, we got in there, like we had the place locked down, we were ready to go, and then it was like Ranger Rick rolling up on us as fast as she could to be like, what are you guys doing here? We have a deer hunt going on. And we're like,
oh yeah, it was deer season.
I was like, I don't know. We paid the location fee. We had a contract. So like the superintendent said we could be here. So please.
Oh my God. Yeah, we have Kevin Troy in here now,
Kevin
baby.
Troy, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah.
What's up, Kevin?
Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you.
Okay, good to go. I'm sitting here looking at myself on one screen and I'm on my phone on the other. Like I have no clue.
There's about a 10-second delay, so you gotta kind of like gear that. Like I'm looking at the live chat, but I'm like, it's 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, man. So what were some of the challenges that you faced shooting in West Virginia? I mean, I know deer season is a big one, but I imagine I want to know like what y'all thought when you came out here and it's like, holy shit, we gotta drive a half an hour to get to a McDonald's. What is this?
No, man, Berkeley Springs was nice. Like we had everything at our fingertips. I felt like we brought almost everything in that we could, but like
and we pre-planned.
Oh yeah,
so we knew like where we were getting our meals from every day. We knew like what days we were going to go into town and get supplies if we needed. So we had it all worked out.
We hit like all the local businesses. We were making sure to get all the food from people like local, just to like patronize everything. Like, you know, we had additional crew lodgings out in the town too and stuff like that. So it was just like a big community affair. Like we're reaching out to their Chamber of Commerce to sort of let them know. And I mean, it was funny when we were going into it, like talking to some of the local businesses being like, hey, you know, like we're trying to get these tax credit things going. And, you know, what do you think about this? And that was like at the quarry. And the guy's like, I don't know anything about that. I just crush rocks for a living. US Silica. So, no, it was fine. I would definitely shoot it again. I don't know that they would let us out there again.
No, I don't know. We can't burn our bridges.
But I love the place, and you know, I hope that we get to do another one out there at some point.
Oh man, yeah, it's badass out here, dude. We need some representation like this, man.
Obviously, yeah, that's good time had by all. So, I mean, I do want to take a minute, if you don't mind. I want to give a shout out to everybody that helped on this project, because you know, at the end of the day, it's not just, you know, Kevin and myself that do this. I mean, I know you're going to have a lot of folks on here, but like it takes a village to make a movie, guys. And you got to understand like the amount of work and dedication that everybody put in this film was phenomenal. And I just want to take a chance, you know, to thank all of our actors, you know, all of our crew, you know. Special shout outs, you know, to Antonio, as our DP. He drove all the way up from Atlanta.
Braved the wolf spiders
to be out there with us. You know, Alice, Kayla, our makeup effects artists that really help bring a level of horror authenticity to this that, you know, we would have otherwise not have been able to do ourselves, you know. And then all of our cast that came up from Atlanta too. Like just thank you guys. You know, and even the lower level jobs that get kind of looked over, you know, our PAs, I should say, you know, that came up, like Sean, Lucas Sanchez, Isa, Brett, and of course Balin. You know, you guys, like, without you, like, we were dying as it is. I mean, we shot the movie in 11 days. So it was obscene. You know, it should have taken 20 days, but we were able to do it in 11.
And that's starting out on the back foot,
And
being behind the very first day, and
that was
playing
coming
catch
down.
up.
How often were the beer runs? Often.
That's a real question right there, man.
There were a couple of nights where it was sweat and blood and tears, and we needed to drown our sorrows.
Oh yeah. And Jordan, who ran sound for our movie, but ended up becoming one of our like closest friends, and is now like a creative collaborator.
Exactly. And you know, Jordan, who worked sound on the project, who was hilarious because like he stays in his lane. He never says a thing, but he's always watching, always listening.
Always listening.
Yeah, he's always observing and waiting for you to sort of, and being like, you know, like maybe somebody should take care of that, but not me.
Yeah. Jordan was a good roommate, man. He was my roommate the first night, and huge horror fan, runs his own podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We found that out. That was great. I mean, it was funny because we left Jordan one night. Accidentally.
We forgot him.
I mean, I'll get to that story later, but it was kind of funny because like everybody forgets the sound guy because they're just quiet, you know, doing their job, like holding the boom. And we all get to dinner, and we were like, "Where's Jordan?" And I get a phone call, and he's like, "Where'd you guys go?" We're coming to get you right now.
Oh my God, that's bad.
He didn't hold that against us.
No, well, that we know of.
So, how did you guys meet? like you and Kevin and
Kevin and I. So long story. There's a movie back here. Sorry, it's reversed. So we worked on this film called The Inside a few years ago. But even before that, Kevin, I'll let you take this one because like I'm thirsty.
Stay thirsty, my friend. Stay thirsty.
Cheers.
Yeah. So we met on the set of a project called Reunion, written and directed and produced by Connie Lamoth. And I was doing the acting side, Mike was DPing, and in between takes, we had those moments of just connecting instantly and just laughing at almost everything, and then having moments of stepping back and having those, you know, and it was from that point forward where I realized that Mike and I kind of started here, you know, identifying with the same interest. I surprised him, I think, in the beginning stages when I started talking nothing but horror movies. And
it was the same sort of shtick. Yeah, we were like, on lunch and being like, "Oh, you like this too?"
Yeah, you know, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of an anomaly in the hood, man. I love horror movies. You know, I put on the damn room. I'm sitting there like this, and it's been and it just started from there. We did Reunion, and then we worked on a project called Damned, and you know, really got our battle scars, you know, from Damned, but learned a lot and kind of enhanced from there, and then progressively started doing side projects, and then started doing The Inside as kind of like, hey, let's dust off the chops and get back in there, and which is on Amazon Prime Video. And yeah, man. And you know, it's been downhill from there. And then with Wendigo, you know, there was a script, a story.
Yeah, tell them about it.
You know,
tell them about the original and stuff. Like, it's been a long,
it's been a journey.
It's been a journey to make this story happen, starting with Kevin's original iteration.
Yeah, I wrote a project called The Wendigo, right? And started shooting with, funny enough, Antonio Moses, and we felt we should probably take a step back and pause on it because there was other projects that were going on at the time. And then as time progressed, the blink of an eye, you know, time flies by. A couple of years go by, then the pandemic hit, and then Mike and I were on Lauren one day, the phone, and he's like, "Hey man, whatever happened to that Wendigo project? Let me take a look at the script, send it to me." And literally over the course of a couple of months, Mike went in, he did some revamping, and said, "Hey, take a look at it." And I was, "Dude, we got to freaking shoot this shit. Like we can't be at 90% exterior. Are you kidding me? We got, you know." And the rest from that point forward, is downhill. In the cast, working on another project where some of the actors that are in Bone, you know, Bridges tied. And it just all came together, you know, and then ending up in Berkeley, which I love Berkeley things. The cat, awesome. I don't like the damn.
Don't like the damn.
That's not fun. But it was awesome, man. So that's kind of how Mike and I gelled, and then of course Amy, it's kind of even. She's like the female version of Ducha, where she's high-five and she can spit right there with you know, movie and line, all of that stuff. So kind of like a little trio family wheel where, hey, doesn't matter who has a point. You know, as we say in the Marine Corps, you lead, I follow type area. That's we just made it happen.
Damn, so it's like a trio of terror, man.
Yes,
Pretty much. Spooky fan.
spooky fan. I like it.
Yeah. So there was no question that you guys were going to do a horror movie when you decided, like, we're going to do our own project together, the trio of terror. It's going to be a horror movie.
Yeah,
Kevin and I,
question at all.
we finally got together, man. I mean, we were sitting on the porch and like on the deck in like 2018 or something like that, just like having a beer, just saying like, we need to just fucking do a feature film, like, because we had done short films. Like, this is like our third or fourth project together over the last decade, and we were like, man, if it's just a little bit more push to get to that feature film level, and it's like we could actually make something that like people will see, you know, like we want to make a project that draws on a lot of that, like a lot of the horror genre things that, you know, we all love and want to homage, you know, like Carpenter and, you know, The Thing and stuff like that. That's sort of like the things that I wanted to take into this project and just be like, make it our freshman feature film together. And then of course shooting it in West Virginia was just
the icing on the cake.
Exactly. You know.
Yeah.
And man, you guys have mentioned him a couple times. And I just got to call this out because it keeps replaying through my mind. Like, so you said Antonio lives in Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he lives out.
He lives here in Atlanta. So I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, Antonio and I met in 2015. Random. I say random. It was random shit. Like, I was looking for a car. I just moved here. I was getting ready to shoot the car that I had before, and Antonio owned a dealership, and I happened looking at a car that I was interested in buying. He came out, and it's funny because Antonio's he's definitely the take charge kind of guy. So he came outside, you know, he's looking around for, I guess, the actual salesman. And he's like, screw it, I'll talk to this guy. So he comes out and he's looking at me crawl in the car and look around the trunk and stuff. And I turn around.
Antonio's very short, by the way. That's the joke.
Yeah,
he's like,
but he's got this scowl. Antonio has this scowl where he's just looking at me in the car like, you like the car? You know? Yeah. So somehow we're talking about the car, and then I started talking about I need something that could probably carry multiple people, not so much, you know, like equipment more so. So we were speaking in that sense, and he's like, "Oh yeah, if you don't mind me, what do you do?" And I was like, "Well, I came here to Atlanta to pursue, you know, the entertainment business, you know, in film and writing and acting." And he took a step back and he's like, "Dude, you got about a minute?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me show you something." So I'm going in there thinking, I have no idea what's happening. But this is Atlanta. Shit happens all the time. He pulls up.
Glad you didn't disappear.
He pulls up this laptop, man, that I've never seen before. And it's the Alien joint, right? At the time, I hadn't seen it. And it's like glowing and shit. And he turns the screen around. He's like, "Take a look at this." It was projects that he was working on. And we spent maybe about an hour talking about film to where I forgot I was even looking for a damn car.
Damn.
Nice.
Before I knew it, I was on set working with him in Atlanta within a matter of a week. You know, so yeah. Antonio,
Cool.
I never heard the story. That's
I
cool.
never heard about that. I mean, it's funny because Antonio's such an enigma, and I always joke about this with him. I'm like, "You are an enigma, sir," and I am desperately trying to figure you out.
He is
We'll just smile at you and be like,
text
and like
messages.
turn and go to his camera, like be staring at you, like not break eye contact.
he's a hustler, man. He's one of those guys where you want him on the team because he eats, he sleeps, and he breathes the business. You know,
Yeah.
He keeps it real.
he works with people that are already in the industry that know him and everything. But the coolest thing about it is I like the way if Antonio gets upset, you know, we've known each other long enough to where it's almost like if Mike gets upset, he's like, Kevin, he has his thing.
We'll talk about that too.
Yeah, for $5, we'll talk about that.
But Antonio's the same way where he'll just be quiet. And then I feel like, you know, it's like, damn, I pissed off Big Brother. Although Antonio's like shorter than me, it's like, okay, got it. Yeah. But no, seriously though, that's kind of how the Antonio phase came in there. And then when we were planning to shoot, you know, we had one opportunity that kind of fell short because the production company at the time, you know, they were, I don't want to say burnout, but
Yeah, I don't
grinding.
Gloss
They've
right
been-
over.
Yeah, they've been grinding, and we sat down, and I was like, you know, Antonio's there and he has the availability, and the rest was history at that point. You know, it was a phone call or two, and Antonio loads up the truck, and we'll be editing on a 10-hour road trip on another project while driving, which is scary as shit.
Damn.
So that's how dedicated he is.
Yeah. So Antonio, like, to give people an idea, he was a cameraman. He's the director of photography, right? That his technical title. So, I mean, and y'all said he's like very short and stuff like this. So people already have like an image in mind. A cameraman's probably not going to get their hands dirty and all this shit. That's what you think. You'd be wrong.
We were in the trenches.
Yeah, let me tell
Small
you something,
group.
man. Yeah.
Rest of us.
It was like, hang on, let me put on this hat. All right, now let me do this one.
Yeah, he did.
We each
He
had
did
odd
some-
job.
He did some shit that I will never forget, man. It was like we were in the middle of the woods and it's hunting season, and to, you know, give people an idea about West Virginia during hunting season, all the leaves have fallen to the ground, and it is dangerous because you have no idea what in the hell you're about to step on.
Facts.
Now and plus it gets moist under there, so it's slippery as shit. But, you know, in Cacapone State Park, man, for some reason it was rocky as hell.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ankle breaking ass rocks. So you guys warned us. You're like, if y'all are coming out to the woods with us, just be careful. There's spiders everywhere, and the rocks will break your damn ankles. Just watch your step, please. Man, so you guys are shooting this scene. You know, the crew is walking along this path up in the woods, and like a couple football fields away, you have your lights set up.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, man, we need to adjust those. Antonio hands somebody that fucking camera and runs off like Rambo and tight a tree. Down the tree, people at like midnight. Can't see shit.
I just
And
remember
then goes
hearing him like boosh, 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 like breaking through the shrubs like to get there.
I can't. I feel like it would. I could count on both hands like the number of times that Berlin had to like spot him because he would back up when we were shooting at the cabin. He would back up so far that we would all be afraid that he would fall down the cliff. Because one of the cabins that we shot at, cabin 10, it was at the top of the hill, and there was like this really rocky ravine out in front of the cabin, and so we were doing all the campfire stuff, and he would just back up, and then it's like, dude, you got to stop backing up because you're just gonna tumble down the hill.
Oh my god.
So the funny thing about that is, so myself being a Marine and Antonio was in the Army. So the funniest thing is he and I were both kind of like, we can cut through these trees. We can slide down the damn rocks. I will walk in the darkness. Both of us were kind of like, we'll look around. And the only thing we're looking around for was those damn spiders. You know, so where if it's a shooting, I told Antonio in the middle of a scene and it's quiet on set and it's going on, we're looking, I'm like, that's great. And then I think I saw something. He'll be looking and both of us will stop and just look and get back, you know, because it's like, what? But yeah, he's tenacious, man. He's a savage. But I mean, I think everyone had to endure because one day it would be 70 some degrees and the sun is out and it's beautiful. And then by 5:30 p.m., man, it's like 39 degrees. And of course, that's when we all have to go outside and shoot for another 6
Some of
hours.
those nights got cold.
Yes.
Yeah. Fighting to get the fires going.
I mean, I was glad when it got cold. I mean, you guys don't realize we were out there. It was unseasonably warm for like set like
November.
orders of the shoot.
I
It was
think,
like
like,
we're out there having to pretend it's cold. We're
We
like,
had bad weather, I think, on like the very last day.
Yeah.
But it provided this like really awesome atmosphere because you got all those really cool like foggy shots. You put your drone up in the air.
Maybe if we have time, we can show you guys the teaser trailer for the movie so you know what we're talking about. I think some of those shots are in the little teaser that's up right now.
Yeah, we're going to check that out. And also that special surprise coming up later.
Oh,
for those
yeah.
of you who stick around too. We got
I'll tell you guys
lined up
in a second, but I know we're late, but I wanted to tell you, if any of you are like IMDb nerds like I am and stuff, like if you got IMDb open and you ever like add anything, this podcast would be a good point to go to look up Wind and Bone on IMDb and start making
like
trivia adjustments in there if you want to submit a trivia point to it, because we will probably be dropping some stuff here that you will never hear of anywhere else. So this is your definitive source.
This
if that's
is your
something.
exclusive access. We're spilling the tea.
This is where we have the hot takes.
Totally agree. Dragon Blue says the mountain mist is amazing out here.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was like meant to be. I mean, it couldn't have gotten any better. We had natural lighting. The sun was setting. The mist was up. It was the last shot in the movie.
And it's what it needed to be.
It needed to be that.
Like it needed to have that atmosphere, and it was perfect.
We couldn't have recreated that, in a computer or
with a million fog machines if we tried.
And there were no other way to get it. So we ran up there. Julie Cashmanian, who's our lead actress on the film, she's phenomenal. Like, I was sort of neglected. I was like, man, I don't know if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna have enough time. She's like, we need to just go get this shot. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we ran up the mountain like 300 yards down this trail, get her on the rock so that we could do this shot. And it was perfect. Like, it was just like, wow. And it was like we've kind of finished out the movie on that. Like that
was a really high note to finish out on.
It was like it was the last day, and we got pretty much one of the last shots for the film itself up there, and we were able to get it before we lost the light. And I was just like, wow,
the stars aligned. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Like, it was like, went through hell, like shit and piss and anger, rage, so
much rage,
and landed on a high note at the end.
So I'm gonna say this: the cool thing to anybody that's on here that hasn't or is interested in making movies, right? You want to create. Not only is it a lot of work, it's one thing to say you want to do it. It's another to plan the shit out right and line up everything that's needed. It's in the details, right?
Yes.
If you do it with friends, this is where you test your friendships, because friends, they're your friends. It's not like you've hired a production company to come on board and it's like, okay, bark, 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 bark. And then they run off like, okay, and they go do it. They talk shit behind your back, but they're not talk to you. When you your friends, your friends are like, yeah, can I talk to you for a minute?
And sometimes scare the cast when you drop your hat.
Well, that's actually
it's like, God damn it. But it where am I going with this? So in terms of, I said tenacity, right? Mm-hmm. Jules, as I call her, Jules Verne. I pick on her.
Jules Verne. If she's listening, sorry, Julie. I don't know if she's out there right now, but
tiny, So therefore, while we're out there for the first day or two, I took it to where it's like there's that little bird, and you're feeding the little bird, like, be careful in the woods and everything. She just started kicking ass and taking names. She took point. She had no problem if you had to sit down somewhere where it was wet, damp, and cold. She's like, let's get the shot.
Julie, get in the mud.
Yeah, we put her through the ringer. Yeah. I mean, we put everybody through the ringer. But
Alex too. Like, everybody went through like their own little personal
hell. Yeah,
they were right there with us. Like, I was like, Alex, you gotta crawl through these leaves, and there's probably a million spiders and ticks in there. And I was
she was just like, okay,
do it.
Yeah. I love the Alex voice.
Well, that's actually a question like I had for Michael and Amy, man. So you guys are married.
Yes.
Right. So how did shooting this film together affect your relationship?
I think I wanted to murder you like for 5 minutes on like the third day when I was like super sensory overloaded and you yelled at me about something dumb and I was like, ugh. But, no, honestly, we work really well together. We kind of are just like, we intuitively know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And that has proven true. We did some reshoots, and we had to kind of take point. This was this past weekend. Kevin couldn't come up, and so we just shot at our old house that we just moved out of. And I mean, it's just, we're two peas in a pod, basically.
We're always on the same side. I mean, I feel like it was,
he's still alive. It must have went well.
Yeah, exactly.
Relatively speaking.
Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean,
he's still alive for now.
When you're on set with a bunch of people like that and it's close quarters, because I mean, we were all staying in the cabins up there together. You feel like you're married to everybody for like the short time that you're together. It's
you get real comfy with one another.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go in and you have to like do what I like to say is embrace the suck. Like, you really have to just bite down and go for it, and just like be like, all right, we're gonna suffer through this for the next couple of weeks, but we're gonna come through on the end, and it'll be worth it.
We'll come out stronger.
The film, I think, will be a testament to that.
Yeah.
When you're on with it. So
art through adversity, right?
Yes, exactly. Art from adversity.
Hell yeah. What about you, Kevin? Was there any moments where you were like, man, fuck it? or did you just fall through, man?
Oh, no.
$5, people. $5.
Shit, it's straight out of the bottle now, baby. Look at that.
If we can pull somebody like
yeah, just spell the T. We're gonna need to see a little green.
Yeah, that's a couple of those.
It wasn't. I won't say it was moments.
You can laugh about it now, I hope.
Yeah, it wasn't moments of like fuck it, man. I think it was a matter of so the difference with this project and anything that we've done before together, right? There's no secret. We have investors, and it takes it to a different level. It's not like back in the day where you can pick up the camera, get the equipment, get some actors together. We have a couple of $100 here or there. We're gonna go make a fucking movie, and it's gonna look like we had a budget. We had a budget, and we have people and that pressure that comes with the industry that gives you a taste of what the industry is actually about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say that it takes away the fun from making the movie and being creative and seeing your vision come to life, but it does put pressure in areas that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, or it forces you to have to adjust. And sometimes you have to adjust in real time and pivot, and it might be on a hot set. It might be in the middle of a take. And I think what we had to learn is we had to take a step back and remember why we're shooting this movie.
Yeah.
We had to take a step back and remember this is our drive. Yes, we're under a tightrope. Yes, we're under pressure, but we can't lose sight of the ultimate vision. And for the first couple of days, it was rough. I was saying earlier, once we got out there, shit was already going wrong. They were like, you can't go over there because of this. And we're like,
they told us we could go over there.
God is over here.
I was ready to fight the first guy that I saw that was trying to walk onto our hot set. Like we're already starting behind the 8 ball. We were 4 hours behind. This guy rolls up, like we blocked the gate, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
He's trying to get to his deer blind is what he's doing.
And I'm like, all he had to do was say that, but it was like, it wasn't that way how we approached it. So I was like, you're gonna wait, we're gonna shoot this. Like,
yeah, he went back and got.
You're not going through our set.
And so I became the attorney on Law and Order, where I have to speak to this ranger
with a gun.
I'm not even talking about the ranger, Kevin. I'm just talking about the hunter. Like the ranger was kind of like,
he tapped on us.
Oh, of course. And then she rolled up and
go. Oh yeah, that was day one. Within the first 2 hours of us getting to the first location to shoot, and meanwhile, back at the ranch, we know that we have evening scenes to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on the day that hunters are out there.
Right.
So as it progressively gets darker, you start seeing more traffic, passing by where you have to say cut and stop and all this other stuff. But then in the faint distance, you hear the sound of like a rifle going off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was muzzleloader season for part of the time that we were up there. So every now and again, you just hear like, pow.
Yeah, in trees with 0 leaves, so the shit is echoing.
Yeah.
And all I'm thinking, back to your ask of those days of wanting to say fuck it, was I don't have a weapon. I don't need to get caught by a round. I don't know where the damn deer are.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was interesting, man. And then of course we saw a snake on the first damn day.
Oh, that little guy was cute. It was a black snake, non-venomous.
Yeah,
Pretty cute. He was like 3 feet long.
That damn snake. I said it was cute, and I went to the right and kept it moving. But
I think you smelled bear piss that first day too. You were like,
How do you know what bear piss sounds like? Hashtag, how do you know what bear piss smells like?
You're like, you smell that smell? Smells like a wet dog. That's bear piss. And we were all like, what the fuck?
Kevin, I don't want to know what you've been sniffing, man.
Don't make me take another shot.
Maybe put it out to the live chat. How do you know what bear piss smells like? You answer.
It's pungent. It's strong, but that's not why we're here. We're not here to talk about bear piss.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, you'll get used to it, Kevin. I mean, usually these chats divulge into like strippers and haunted.
We got an outline for ghosts and G-strings going.
Yeah, speaking of strippers, we're working on it.
You're gonna be reading that sucker.
Yeah, hell yeah, I can't wait, baby. So like, what did you guys do when you decided, like, okay, when the Bones is happening, we're going to do this? What was the very first step you took?
Shit. I think
spend all our money on pre-production.
Well, my first step was to try to make sure that we could get the location. And I remember just calling Kevin in like a fit of rage one night because I was like, these people don't want us to come up there and shoot. And I was just like, why? Why would they not want us to come there? Like, we want to give them money to come film. And like, I just remember like we had a whole, wait, what did you say? That's what West Virginia smells like after.
I was looking at that just now.
I think that was like pretty early on. That was like March last year, around that time when I was trying to talk to the state.
The state park.
It was a state park.
It was DNR. I'm
the
pretty
DNR,
sure,
yeah. So Department of Natural Resources. I'd sent them an email to request like, hey, we want to use this location. And they're like, what do you want to use it on? And you put, what kind of film you're doing, and they ask you for the genre. And I put horror mistakenly. And then they come back and they're like, we cannot accommodate you at this time.
They wanted no gore, no blood, no nudity, no scary imagery, because I think they were thinking it would reflect poorly upon the state.
So I was like, that was my first mistake. I should have said we're making a family film. That would have been, that would have got them. Right?
I just feel
murder mystery.
More visitors to your location. Like, think about the Jarvis House from 4. It's in Topanga State Park in California, and people try to go there all the fucking time.
We're like 15 minutes from from Burkittsville. Too.
Yeah.
So
like I don't know, every month.
That place is a mecca of, every time during spooky season, people go out there because they want to visit, the Blair Witch town. Even though there is nothing there, it's just a little town, but it's still cool.
Well, I think the key is that like, so you guys took it from concept. You knew like, okay, we got to shoot this shit. That's what Kevin said. Yeah. Like, all right, man, we got to make this shit happen.
I want to say February last year is when we really got serious, because that's when we were doing our location scouting out here.
We had talked to a couple of investors. We knew we needed some cash, but we also needed to secure the location. And Amy and I had gone first to start looking for locations very early on in the process, because we're like, we need a cabin and it needs to have power, it needs to have water, we need amenities nearby. Like, it's got to have all these things. And it needs to look beautiful and scary and all that stuff. So we were out location scouting, and that's one of my favorite parts of the job, is kind of like that stuff you do early on.
Yeah, me too.
And we, for like 3 weekends, looked at like different locations around and finally found Kikapin. And then that was when like I started that process.
It literally checked all the boxes. And so we ended up booking a cabin for like the first weekend that they were open. It was like the first weekend of April last year, and stayed a weekend and hiked around in the woods and took a bunch of photos of where we wanted to shoot. And it just kind of further solidified, like, this is the place it needs to be.
I put together like a little pitch deck,
it's
like
literally perfch. We made like a slideshow video for investors.
And if Jeremy is out there, I meant to throw a shout out to him. Jeremy McHugh was a guy that I had approached very early on. He's a graphic novel artist and concept artist as well. And he does, storyboards for films. The guy's tremendous, and if you get a chance, check out his Instagram page.
Oh, he's
give him a follow,
fantastic.
give him a
Yeah,
like.
he's fantastic.
His artwork is amazing. And I have to say, without that, we probably wouldn't be here today. Like, we wouldn't have gotten this movie made because we wouldn't have been able to attract people to the project without that stuff. Like his concept art. And I'll put some photos up on Instagram if you guys ever want to check them out. But basically, like, we've mirrored a lot of the stuff that he gave us. That he took the script and drew frames from his interpretation of it, and then we matched that when we went out and got it in the field, basically. And I'm just like super stoked by that. So, Jeremy, if you're listening, I see you, man.
I see you.
Yeah.
But damn, yeah. So you guys like took something from concept and just immediately locked it in, so it was happening.
Yeah.
Like
We
immediately
got it
manifested
right in the
that. Like,
pipeline.
that is badass. I mean, that gave you guys accountability. Like, there's no, messing around with certain equipment. Like, oh, we're going to get a camera and play with it. And once we've learned it, we'll make them. No, it's like, no, we're locking down locations. We're getting this shit done.
Like, we had a lot of that stuff already, so it helped. And then it was like, okay, well, we know we just need to like, we have our concept. We have a really good script. We got all the conceptual stuff laid out, and then it was a matter of like finding the funds to get to production, and then coming out of pocket to deal with a lot of the things that you need to do during pre-production. Like, we have to design the creature. It's a Wendigo movie, so we have to make sure that the creature design looks cool. Like, we do all of that stuff like months in advance, because it's not something you want to throw together the last minute, obviously. Otherwise, like, your movie looks like it. People can tell.
Yeah, so I would say this was easily 8 months to a year of pre-production before we went to shoot.
And we had like a target date in mind. We're like, we're gonna shoot it probably in November, but like I didn't have an exact date, and I know the cast were probably hating me because they're like, "Hey, Michael, when are the exact shoot dates gonna happen?" And I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I guess when we get closer, we'll get there. But sometime in the spring, I want to say, was it May? Did we throw out the casting call or something?
It was May. It was around the end of May.
Yeah.
So we put together some call sheets or some casting call things. We threw them out there, just seeking people.
We got a ton of responses.
We had 2 people already in mind. We had locked down from previous projects Kevin and I had worked on, or had planned to work on. We got those people into the project early, and then it just sort of like kind of went from there. We wanted to cast for like 3 or 4 different characters. We got hundreds of applications, like literally hundreds, for some of these roles. Really kind of blew me away. For the Sierra character, especially, like, who's the lead actress on the project. We saw her very early on, and I hope that she gets to come on this show to talk to you a little bit. But she was literally like the 3rd or 4th, maybe like hell. It was like
it was super early on, and we kind of knew from the beginning, like, we think this is our girl, but we're gonna give all these other people kind of a chance. Yeah. We're gonna look through their sides, we're gonna look through their headshots, maybe send them stuff to read. But we just kept coming back to Julie.
Yeah, and we kind of put her up as like, all right, this is the bar we have to set. And we kept it open for a couple of weeks, and we're playing it really cool. And Kevin saw it, he's like, yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
It's our girl.
And then so we played it cool with her. We were talking on the phone, just kind of getting a feel for her, because like obviously you don't want somebody coming out who's going to be a diva on set. So she was a very cool customer, and I could tell very early on. I was like, all right, but she must know that we want her. But we're trying to like keep our cards close to the vest kind of thing. So a couple of weeks into that process, we gave her another call back. We're like, so would you like to come out and play in the woods with us for a couple of weeks?
Damn. All right. And so you said that you guys had most of the equipment already. Did you have to rent anything, or?
No. I mean, I think
we had your kit, and Antonio brought his kit from Atlanta.
I have a production company already. Antonio has a production company, so basically, we just combined our kits and went for it. Like, basically did a cross comparison. Like, is there anything that we know we need that we don't have? And it's like, just get that little thing that we need going in there.
Damn.
And that's really it is. And honestly, like, people, if there are filmmakers and listening today, like, don't get hung up on gear and stuff. I feel like that's a trap that a lot of people get pulled into, is you can, where is it? Like you can make a movie with this, like these days. You don't even have to. As long as your story is good, get a good story. Get some good actors. You know, if they're your friends, cool. If not, get a decent actor that you know that's nearby, and pay your crew and them. You can make it really cheap. Don't worry about the gear as much.
I mean, those NAM lights, they're like a couple $100
yeah,
each.
exactly.
And they're great. They have been a lifesaver. These NAM light LEDs.
I actually wanted to ask you about those specifically.
Sorry, say it again.
Oh, I said I actually wanted to ask you about those specifically. I was actually looking at the NAM light Pavo tubes, I think they're called.
Yep.
I mean, would those be powerful enough to light up the entire background behind me?
Yes, we've got one right now. I've got it kind of cut down, but it's giving us that red glow that you'll see.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we use those to backfill for the dream sequence that we just shot like a couple of weeks ago, and it was perfect. You can hang it from a tree, like it's got a little thing on it. You can prop it up anywhere. It's fantastic.
If you're a filmmaker and your best bet is learn how to light. Basically, like you can shoot a movie with anything. Kevin and I worked on a web series 10, 12 years ago now. I shot the entire thing on a DSLR, you know, like the whole thing. It was like it's like 70 minutes long. It was a web series, and we were doing this thing for months. And that was the workhorse camera. I mean, we had like 2 lights, 3 lights, maybe. I think we were lucky, and a reflector. It was like, and they were shit lights too, but it's all how you light it and your framing, and if you have a good cast and the story's engaging, that's what matters. So
you would say, like, if you had the money, like a very limited budget, let's say you had $1,000, you would spend the first bit of money on lighting, because everybody has a cell phone.
If I had only $1,000, I wouldn't make a movie. But
well, you know what I'm saying. Like,
I wouldn't use it on. First, if that was all I had, I wouldn't use it on equipment. I would make sure to just try to pay the actors and feed them. Or at least give them something, and the crew give them something, you know.
Well, you know, and let's be honest, in the world of indie filmmaking, $1,000 is a lot of money if you don't have any money. But if you have a solid camera, and you have actors who are willing to work, I don't want to say for free, right? But I mean, to work for something, you can still create a quality project if you plan it right. And of course, if you take the mechanics of shooting it right. So sound is always important. If people can't hear it, you're going to lose them automatically. Lighting, if lighting is for shit and it looks dark and you can hear it, then you're going to lose them. You have to find that balance. You know? So if you know you don't have lighting, then goddamn it, don't go and shoot a movie at night. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Use natural and available.
Yeah, shoot it during the day.
Okay, so
if it's at night and you have the right environment or location to shoot, and you can use the lighting internally, then use what you have. Use your resources. That would be my take. I mean, I don't profess to being, you know, a technical DP like Mike or Antonio or anything like that. I started off acting, and I'm still an actor by trade, you know. And there's a constant learning cycle that every project I learn more and more, not just about the art, the craft itself, but more about myself as, I guess you could say.
Oh, I guess we lose Kevin.
Kevin lost his connection. Bummer.
Okay, well, let me reframe that question. I goofed it up a little bit. Okay, you lose everything. First 3 pieces of equipment you'd purchase.
Okay.
Oh, is Kevin back now?
Hey, Kev.
Can you hear us?
Having a little spotty connection, man. Well, I can answer that. I guess I'll say this: if I had to buy anything, some sort of recording device, you know, if it's your phone, you know, whatever, get an LED light of some kind or a reflector. You can use natural and available light that way. LED lights keep, you know, very, very little. And if you can afford it, I guess, I don't know. I mean, if you can even edit really like for free nowadays. Like you can get free editing software is out there now. I mean, like the democratization of filmmaking is really like kind of taken off. But I can't think of like a really good third piece of. I mean, I guess if you need sound, obviously, like every thing needs
Yeah.
good sound.
A
So
good
I mean,
a good
try
sound
to
source.
get like a shotgun, like a condenser mic or something like that to up your
Mhm.
audio game, you know, or hire somebody that knows what they're doing in that field.
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Kevin, are you there, brother? I think we've lost poor Kevin for good, man.
Aw. Well, we can see him. He just
I know.
can't see or hear us.
we can see him, and we'll right now's the time to make some jokes about him.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
See if he hears that later. Oh, I was like, oh, is he laughing?
Oh my god. Yeah, so shooting in the woods, we've talked about the wolf spiders and how difficult it was and stuff like that. Was there anything that came up that you did not plan for? Like, holy shit, we need 300 feet of
man.
extension cords now.
Oh, dude, like,
Well, we couldn't go to like half the locations that we had scouted when we went in April because we just knew it was too far out, and we were like, we can't
Mm.
up all this gear like 500 yards away from the cabin. It's gonna have to be like within 100 yards of the cabin at all times. So we reused a lot of different locations, just shooting them from like different angles to make them look different. And we made it work. But yeah, we hiked all over that mountain when we went in April to location scout, and we probably used like 50% of the stuff that we actually saw.
You try to plan for every contingency, man, but everything always goes wrong.
Well, and that's where I want to go into right now, man. So you guys had a major technical malfunction on set to where you guys had to go back and do reshoots, and that is probably the absolute worst thing you could hear if you're an indie filmmaker.
So right, we came down to about our third day. We were kind of bottlenecking with
DIT because nobody we were all wearing 1,000 hats. So
right, so it was limited crew, and we were dumping footage, and at the end of every night, and hoping that everything was good as we were getting it, because we were working like 10-12 hours a day. A couple days were longer than that, and but the dumps, we would have like maybe a 5-hour, 6-hour turnaround before we got to go do that. And it's like you have 4 or 5 cards to dump, you're not going to get through them all in one day, so you're dumping during the day while you're shooting again. So it was like a perfect storm, and it happened to both of us on separate occasions. Something happened where card got jiggled, or a switch got flipped, or something on the camera.
Camera died like in the middle of shooting once, and that corrupted the footage on like the whole
my
card.
Camera pooped out in the middle of the shoot, and I lost an entire day's worth of footage on my card right there. And I mean, that sent me into tears, but I didn't even realize it until I got back. Like till we got home, I didn't realize that, because the files were there.
They just weren't usable.
They were all just zeros. We took them into hex edit, and it's nerdy stuff, but basically it shows you like what the
meta
right, like what the coding is on the file, and it should be ones and zeros. Well, these are all just zeros. It was just zeros straight across. I was like, oh, it's kaput. So we lost, a day's worth of stuff there. And something similar happened to Antonio, just different circumstance. I think his camera got wonky. Like, I know it fell over once, during a night shoot too. And so I mean, I get back to this and I'm like, guys, so I hate to have to tell you this, but don't cut your hair. I was like, I just like, let's bear down. I'll bring you all back. We still had money left over. This was gonna be our post-production budget. So I was like, instead, let's fly everybody out. This is our reshoots now. So we brought everybody out like 4 weeks later. We went back out. We found a couple of alternate locations that look just like the location that we were at. And hopefully nobody will ever know the difference, because, woods look like woods. But we found a cabin that looks exactly like our main cabin too, from the outside. And we went out and we shot almost 30 pages worth of material over a 3-day weekend and recouped everything that we lost. So we were able to redo it, though I'm very, very sad. And this is an IMDb point here, that if you're putting up anything in the trivia, there was a shot in one of the scenes, is like scene 19, I think, where they're going to be walking along, and it was beautiful. Like we'd set it up in the morning. It was before the leaves went down.
The sun was like coming through the trees and making all these awesome like rays. It was beautiful.
Oh,
It was beautiful.
These 4 guys walking, they look like, you know, like little ants on the frame, but it's like a long tracking shot through the woods. And it was like, we were tracking them this way, and you could see them all like walking perfectly. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is going to be great for the scene. We had the whole scene play out that way on a long shot. And that was one of the things that ate it. So I was like, well, that sucks, because we couldn't recreate that even if we wanted to, because we'll never get that again.
yeah.
So
Are you back, Kevin? Can you hear us?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I was telling them about the heartache that we went through with the reshoots and how we lost 3 days worth of
yeah.
or not 3 days worth, but like, you know, basically like 30 pages worth of material, because we had gotten backlogged and bottlenecked, and then our cards got correct. Because we were basically like, well, fuck it, I need a card and I have to go shoot. I'll just dump this one later, so we'll just keep shooting on it. But yeah, don't do that, folks.
No. And don't change your settings in the middle of a shoot.
Don't shoot a movie in 11 days. That's also what I'll tell you.
That's the moral of the story here.
Moral of the
Yeah,
story.
take your freaking time if you can.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why you guys are doing the Indiegogo now, because you had to spend all your post-production money on reshoots, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So all the funding that we had raised to get us through post-production, we had to shift to get, you know, to do those reshoots in December to take care of that. And now we're sort of in this place where like, okay, well, we're editing the movie, but we have a really awesome sound designer and a composer. His name is Brandon Moz. He's going to take over for the sound design. You know, we need to finish paying back all of our deferred crew and everything like that, and be able to handle the minutia, the bells and whistles on there, as it were.
Just all the finishing funds.
And this will help us get through post-production. And that's also why I wanted to reach out to everybody today, because if you're a listener on Talk Horror, we have 3 secret perks that we're going to offer you guys to help us get this project done. And these are things that we're not going to give away anywhere else, only here and only today, if you're interested in movie memorabilia or anything special like that. And I'll tell you this. So hang on.
Are you getting
Here we go, baby. The big surprise is coming out, boys. Y'all better get ready. Michael told me these are special perks that only Talk Horror listeners have access to. Once they are gone, once this has been mentioned, if you don't take advantage of it, they're gone. You snooze, you lose on these. They will never be offered anywhere else.
Exactly. So this is a once in a lifetime offer. We have these Polaroids that our lead actress shot in frame, as
part of the scene.
As part of the scene in the movie. And I think I might have sent you one of the shots that Julie used to film it. But if not, that's fine, because you guys would see it in things. So we have 5 of these, and we're giving these away for $20 each. And we can sign them or do whatever you want. But yeah, that's one of our secret perks that we're gonna give away today. So for $20, you get a Polaroid that Julie actually shot live in the movie, in the film. And you'll be able to say, hey, I've got that, because these Polaroids there's only one of them. So it's like what do you call it? It's a not NFT. It'd be like it's a real FT, because there's only one of these each, and each frame is actually something that you'll end up seeing in the movie. So there's that one. The other thing we've got, you know, and we'll put this out to you guys if you know, we have some people that are stoked about it. We have the actual shooting script for the film with all the blood, sweat, tears, coffee stains,
black permanent marker,
black marker notes,
Xing out all our scenes we can't shoot,
all the stuff that's on there. We're offering this up as well. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, we'll take some bids on that. Like, I didn't want to set a price for this, but you know, if anybody's interested, you know, they want to read the movie before it comes out, that's an option there too. So again,
Sweet. Exclusive perks, people. You got to take advantage of these because once they are gone, they're gone. And those Polaroids are screen used props. These are in the movie. You will own these. When you watch the movie, you can be like, holy shit, I had
like,
those.
There's the scene where she took that shot. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so wicked.
And then for the so for the final thing, we had also an extra dirty screen used prop. And I'll let Amy describe this one.
Oh my god, no, this is not my idea. So in the movie, there's a character who like gets her period unexpectedly, and so we have a pair of like prop underwear with fake blood that we use to shoot the scene.
Yep.
There they are. There you go. Yeah. There you go, horror fam.
If you're into that kind of thing, let your freak flag fly.
And no judgments.
We got them for sale.
Yeah. They're up for today
Oh
and today only. These will not be available any other time. And if you want them anonymously,
we can do that too.
We can help you out. Hey, there's Julie taking that Polaroid, and we actually have the Polaroid from that shot that she took. So
yeah, these are from the movie, people. So this is your chance if you want screen use props.
Rock. And she actually burned Polaroids for those. So
we went through like 2 packs of Polaroid film.
Jeez, that is badass. And check you out, man, on set, getting it in.
I do not want the panties. Yeah, you do. I mean, honestly, if nobody wants the underwear, like, we get it, but we'll just send them back to Kevin.
Hey, there you go.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding, man. I love you.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's something that me and a friend were talking about. I was like, man, what would you do with something like those panties? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
I don't want to know. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like,
couldn't hear you. He's like, he's like, that way.
Everybody's saying in the chat, these panties are going to sell. Somebody's going to want them.
Somebody's going to want them.
Yeah. Patty Big Paw, thank you for donating the 50 buckarooskies. Is that towards one of the items? If it is, you got to let me know. I'll snag it. I'll make that happen for you.
Yeah, thank you, Patty.
Yeah, so we have Polaroids up for sale, $20 a pop. Some used pantaloons. And
the actress wore them, but she had bike shorts on underneath. They were not.
They're gently used.
Yeah, not soiled.
That's it. Patty Big Paw, they get the panties. That's it.
Nice.
That's what you get. We'll send them your way. And the Polaroids and the shooting script. Oh my God. Leanne says that was really gross. I would hang them from the antenna of my car, though.
Fantastic.
I would take it.
Awesome.
I'm here for
it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So is there a special link these people need to go to claim those? Or...
Yes. So if people are interested in bidding for those items, I will create a special link and I will throw it down in the chat, I guess, or I'll send it to Steven and we can coordinate that way.
My boy, Everything Horror Collector coming in says $200 bid on the script.
Dang.
Going once.
Do you want it, EHC? Because me and EHC are bros here. So if you want it, man, I will lock that shit down.
Yeah.
Are you throwing down
going
$200?
Twice? Sold for the script, I guess.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
Thank you, EHC.
Thank you, man. That's awesome. Appreciate you. I'll send you the we'll coordinate, I guess. I'll create the secret link so we can put the perk in direct to the Indiegogo and then you can claim it.
Yeah, EHC confirms it. He wants it. He's got it, baby. That's
it, all yours. Thank you, man.
Hey, let's hear it up for EHC, man, because not only do you get this badass prop, man, or the script, the signed script and inked in blood and everything else, man, but you also help an indie film.
Do you want us to sign it? Next time I see Kevin, we can get signatures all around. You know, if that's what you would rather.
Yeah, if you want it signed, EAC, let us know, brother. We'll make that happen. And yeah, Michael, you can just send me the link, and I'll swing that one over to him, and we'll lock that down.
Good. And yeah, Dragon, we'll get you a Polaroid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a given.
Dragon wanting a Polaroid. Oh my goodness.
Put one on reserve for you, okay?
Oh, there we go. Everything Horror Collector says, yes, please sign it.
All right. So,
You got it.
Kevin, are you in town this weekend? Kevin's gone.
Kevin dropped out. He's like, I'm out of here.
Listen, give us a week or two. I'll make sure I get the signature from Kevin, and then we'll box it up and send it to you.
Yeah, he comes up about once a month, so
$2 for the panties.
$2 on the panties. There we go.
All right. I got 2 going once.
Damn it, Chad. I will, just for the sake of it, I will throw $10 in on the panties. If nobody's taking the panties.
You need to put those on your wall behind you.
Kevin does say he will be in town next week. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get a signature and yeah, then we'll get it out to you.
Kevin
guys.
has like the most, because a lot of people, their YouTube profile picture, something like this. It's like Kevin went to glamour shots and got that son of a bitch taken. Look at
Kevin's
that.
an actor too,
he's
man.
SAG, man.
That's
Kevin's a Renaissance man.
that is the most suave ass YouTube profile picture I've ever seen, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, so anybody up on the panties? The script is gone. One of the Polaroids is gone. They're $20 a pop. Dragon Blues threw her hat in the ring for one of those.
Yeah, we'll hold that for you guys.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh, Kevin's back. He heard me make that
Sexy, dreamy.
I did, and I couldn't respond because my fucking audio was down.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, oh shit.
Oh my god, you got a new fan, man. Patty's in here, sexy and dreamy, calling you out, dude.
Yeah, can we get a couple of dollars for Kevin to do his magic mic dance?
Yeah, Eric did.
No. Damn money. No. We good.
Oh my god, dude.
Listen,
I'm gonna have to start making another drink here in a minute.
Steven, if people haven't seen it yet, do you want to throw up the teaser and show it?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Go off the
All right.
Vimeo link direct if you can.
Ooh,
I
can you
can send it to
actually?
you if you need it.
Yeah. Oh my god, Kayla wants you to do the magic mic dance, Kevin. I mean, she's calling you out, dude.
Can't hear.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna need some green for that. Like that's
Dragon Blue says Patty should get that for the $50. Oh my god. People crack us up as if Kevin is for sale. Come on, he's not Eric.
No.
Like,
I don't know, man. I've seen Kevin without his shirt on.
oh.
You can't say it like that, man.
Yeah, we got a little bit of teaser going on now. Listen, hey, Mace, promoting this.
We shared a cabin together, all of us. Somebody put or Eric.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, yeah, I'm sad Eric isn't on because like he would have had some revenge right about now.
Okay, Chad, $20 if Kevin twerks. 20?
Man, Chad,
Do it.
cheapo.
Do it.
Chad,
Dad,
you better come forth with that
somebody
shit.
said Dad bod Magic Mike? Dad
What?
bod?
Come on, Kevin. I got the panties right here.
God.
I went and got them out of the costume drawer.
Chad's
So we could have these things.
I'm still stuck with Chad saying
You can twerk.
I have a dad bod?
Oh my god. All right, here we go, man. Here's the old Teaserooski trailer.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I don't know if the audio is gonna come through or not.
Can you guys not hear it?
Yeah, I didn't hear it coming through.
It probably won't. I'm on a new setup, and it's
okay.
Don't worry with
guys.
audio. But I mean, folks, this is what the shooting script is for. This is what the Polaroids come from. I mean, this is in the movie. These are real props that are screen used. You can have in your collection. So, you know, this is your last shot, people.
Yeah, like there's a shot that she took of the Polaroid, like.
Yeah, I mean, check this out, man. Oh my God. Oh, those cabins look so familiar.
I'm sad. You know, Steven, you met us on probably like our worst night.
Oh man,
like,
probably the worst day.
You came when like we were in like the bowels of the underworld.
Stressed the hell out. Tired.
And then you were hungry, and I was like, oh God, like now I gotta deal with this.
Hell yeah, man. I got some kind of pizza. I can't even describe to you what was on that shit. But I took it home, heated it up, and ate it. It had like kale on it or something. Like
nice.
Oh man. Yeah, check that out though, man. Y'all got some beautiful cinematography.
We did. We really worked hard to get those shots, and it really paid off.
We hope that, you know, despite our very low budget by movie standards, that we wanted this to really stand out and look like something that, you know, you might see, you know, on a major studio budgeted release.
Yeah.
So
and there's the Wendigo. There was the Wendigo.
I really like, I caution to say I think we got there. But you know, honestly, it takes just a little bit more effort to get through the end. And that's why we're reaching out to everybody today, all the listeners in the horror community, to help us bring this movie out to life, you know. I don't know if anybody got out to see Skinamarink recently, but same kind of situation. Very small budget, you know, very, very modest, shot it almost all entirely themselves. They have an even smaller crew than we did. Like we had 8 people, 8 regular heads. I think they had like 3 or 4.
Was that a Shudder exclusive?
Or
was it?
I mean, it got a theatrical release, and but you got to think, like, as filmmakers, we're always sort of like running up against the stream, you know, because A, you're always going to run into people that say, no, you can't do that, or B, you can't do that for that price. And what I've always liked to do is to basically flip the script on that and say, let's find out how we can do that and for that price, and make it look like, you know, something that we didn't just shoot like in our basement, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'll tell you what, folks. I mean, we're going to start wrapping it up. We went 12 minutes over, which is totally fine.
I can't even believe it. That was fast, man.
Yeah.
Like I had so much more to say, I felt like.
I know, man.
We could fill the air for hours probably talking about our experiences on
we're going to have to get you guys back on here. I mean, we still have Matt coming up, Christine, Guy, Alice.
I'll be in the I'll be in the chats for them.
Yeah, hell yeah. And yeah, so the perks are only good for this stream, folks. If you want any, we've already sold the script for $200, one of the Polaroids for $20. There's 4 left, $20 a pop, screen use prop, and of course the panties. I'm in for $10.
$10. Those things, they're still a little soiled.
Come on, somebody bid against me. I have a girlfriend. She's going to kill me if I really win these. Come on, somebody bid it. Come on, Chad, where are you at, bro? Don't leave me hanging, dick.
Thank you, Chad. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the questions too, bro.
Yeah, if anybody has questions, throw them in right now. You know, we'll get to them.
Yeah, we're here. I'm sorry I haven't been looking at the chat as much. We've been talking a lot, but you know, if you guys got anything for us, go ahead now. I'll read what you got.
My audio, it sucked. I don't know what's happening. I have the laptop and an LCD here, and then I'm using the audio from my phone. So I apologize. I'll do better. I take that.
It's cool, man. Hey, when I did the stream with Kayla, my entire fucking power went out and she was abandoned on stream. So Yeah, we'll get you back on here, man, and we'll fix it up, man. Maybe.
What's that behind me?
Oh,
Oh.
Here, let me.
Is that
Are we
the
talking about this?
Wendigo?
Are we talking about this guy?
Somebody asked, but the Wendigo costume, putting that shit on is not easy.
Oh yeah, that was a feat in and of itself.
Putting on the digilegs and walking outside on hills is not easy.
Oh yeah.
You just learn a lot. You know, you talk a lot of shit. Oh, I can't wait to do that, and then you do it, and you're like, yeah, this shit is not as fun as I thought it would. But yeah, the costume is awesome. Slasher.
Everything Horror Collector wants to know, what's y'all's favorite slasher, or who?
Oh, definitely the Friday the 13th franchise.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. I mean, I always go back to Halloween because like I'm a huge Carpenter fan. But yeah, I mean you cannot not love Jason. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't ignore him. I mean, I'm torn between the Friday the 13th and Freddy Krueger, man. Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just.
But yeah, Freddy had
April
that
Fools,
charisma.
Michael. Oh, I was like, haha, made you look. Oh, okay. Well, fuck you very much. Thank you. All right, serious question. After the release, would you consider a thematic type video game based on the Wendigo with characters from the movie? Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. And that's a question I had for you guys. After the movie is released, what are you guys going to do to celebrate? Are you going to rent out a theater and premiere it, or what's going on?
Right.
Yeah.
So here's where we are. We tentatively want to release November 30th. That's our target date. We're going to have a cast and crew private VIP screening in Frederick, Maryland. We're going to rent out a theater here at Warehouse Cinemas because it's an independent theater chain, and they're very open armed to local area filmmakers.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my first one. I think Kevin wants to do a premiere in Atlanta, and I'd love to do that as well. Just so we kind of cross paths and tie that in. But yeah, if people were interested in that, like I know you guys are all fans. You're more like consumers of the final product. But if anybody is interested in coming to that or wants to get to that level, let me know. We have secret perks that go all the way up to associate producer as well. So I mean, we're looking for those people. If you want to come be the wind beneath our wings and help carry us over the finish line and become an associate producer and come hang with us and VIP and do the whole shtick, join us for the cast and crew premiere, we'd absolutely love to have you. So just let me know. That's available as well.
Hey. Dragon Blues wants to know, how do you get invited to the private VIP premiere?
So if you come up to about what would you say? If you come up to the $500 level,
Yeah.
We'll get you in to our VIP screening, and we'll get you guys with the cast and crew. Dragon Blues is your squeeze, though, right? So I mean, obviously you're part of the crew, so you're coming, man. So
Yeah,
don't worry
you're
about it. But if for everybody else out there, yeah, I mean, if you want to come in and join us as an associate producer for $500, we could get you that. We have secret perks for that listed on the Indiegogo right now.
Okay, cool. And Chad, man, he says, send me the info on the one in Frederick. It's only 11 hours drive for me. So for him to make that, he'd have to snag up one of those perks, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So Chad, man, I am going to drop the link once again to the Wendigo.
Chad, if you're serious and you want to come on, yeah, we would fly you out here, but yeah, for the associate producer credit and a $500 donation to the film, that would be your perk that you would grab.
Sweet. So there we go, folks. And we had a successful little prop auction tonight too. So I'm stoked. I got my Polaroid coming, and I guess my panties. I guess. Thank you. Thank you, Chad.
I'll hold on to those for you.
Oh my goodness. All right, folks. Any more questions? We're gonna piece one out of here. If nobody has anything else for us, Dragon Blues is stoked. She is so ready for that premiere.
It's gonna be awesome.
Well, Chad, keep me open. We got the Indiegogo it's open for another 25 days or so, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And don't forget, if you're not liked and subscribed to Steven's channel as well, make sure you guys do that. This guy is a saint. He's a magician. He's able to do these things for us. He's part of the crew. He did behind the scenes for us as well. What kind of permanent blood did you use?
It was just like a theatrical blood spray.
Yeah.
That we just kind of smudged around to make it look like period blood.
I wonder if she wants to wash them and use them.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's fair question, right?
I'm gonna get my period for real in them.
Oh man, yeah. John Ekman says, "Thanks, y'all."
Yes, thank you so much. This has been so fun.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's been a real blast. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, the support, like we count on you guys to help make this film come to life, and then when the film gets released, that's really where you can help us the most. Is just when it gets out there, when it gets released, go watch the film. Tell your friends. Like that's really all we want to do. Like this, we make this so that people like us who are fans of horror can watch something and be like, wow, I really like that.
Yes.
It's not garbage.
It's horror made by horror fans.
Exactly. So that's the goal.
And Kevin, with his suave profile picture, telling us all how much he loves us. Thank you, man. We love you too, dude. Thank you all so much for being here. Seriously, man. It's been a blast, and I'd love to get you guys back on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, anytime, dude.
We're going to shoot a movie in a couple of weeks, actually. It's a Western. We'll be out in PA, and we'll be out in another side of Maryland as well, shooting that. But yeah, man, happy to join anytime.
Hell yeah, man. We're going to hit it up. And man, Kev getting a lot of love in here. Look at this. Good to meet you, Kevin. Love you too, Kev. Oh my God. He's over here. He's pretending his audio doesn't work so he can just shoot
exactly.
shit
So
in
he
the
can
chat.
just sit there and lap it up. Like, yes.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh my God. And look here. Oh my God.
Aww.
Come on. Look at this. Look at this. Maybe if Kevin was selling his panties, would get more than $10, but
it's not too late, right?
It's not too late. Go ahead. Put them hands on her, Kev. Let's see it. Oh my God. Oh, Everything Horror Collector has a quick question here. What does the $500 include? One more time there.
Hang on.
Do you have the Indiegogo up?
Yeah, here, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what's in the tier.
Go to because it's a secret link. I have to pull. It's not on the thing, so I have to pull it up. 1 second. Slow connection. All right, so this is this isn't a secret link. This is the Soul Survivor tier. So
you get a
Blu-ray, special thanks, T-shirt, sticker, and we'll have an artist tie-in with the artwork and the script printed with some of Jeremy's artwork that he had there.
And he did amazing concept art.
But what I'm saying is, I guess for today and today only, just for you guys, if somebody wants to snag one of those perks, we will throw in a VIP ticket to the premiere as well.
And I'm going to be there, EHC. So if you want to come hang out with me, brother, we'll watch the movie together. Now's your chance, dude. Me and you can hit it up. Just let me know, brother. He's in contact with me all the time. So
yeah.
Oh man. Oh my God! Look, I told you the chat would devolve, folks. Look at this. Look, Kevin is now part of the chat.
Skid mark.
Oh no.
I mean, there are some other screen used props that we're still holding on to, but like maybe we could auction those off at another time. Maybe we could do some sort of charity thing. If people want, that would be kind of a cool throw in, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, Everything Horror Collector, man, just keep in contact with me. And if that's something you're interested in, We can
We'll
make
talk.
it happen.
Talk offline.
Yeah. But all right, man. So Polaroid's gone, the script is gone, and I guess the panties. So
The panties are gone. All right, sweet.
the panties are gone. Screw it. All right, man. So we're gonna wrap it up, folks. Man, seriously, thank you all for being on here, all the love and sharing your knowledge with us. And I can't wait to see. Oh my God, Kev's got the grenade. He's ready.
All right, y'all take care. Thanks again,
Yeah,
Steven.
thanks so much for having us on.
Hey, very welcome. And everything Horror Collector said, when you guys figure out the prop situation, he is very interested in that.
Sweet.
Roger that.
Awesome.
Okay, sounds good, man.
All right. So, all right, we will catch you all later. Until next time, my friends, look horror, listen horror, talk horror. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. Thank y'all for being here.
Bye, guys.
See ya.